Hello everyone. Okay, we're back again and my daughter's making us another recipe for today, so I'm going to hand it over to her.
So this is what I like to call lazy lasagna. So I guess we'll start over here. I have some fresh basil. I have an 8-ounce package of mozzarella cheese, low moisture part skim, of course. I have 1 pound of ground beef, 2 bags of broccoli florets. I'm just gonna eat this on the side. Normally I'd get the steamer bags, but they were out, so I'll quickly show you how I do that. I have some low-fat cottage cheese. You can definitely replace that with ricotta, but I'm trying with cottage cheese just to get a little more protein. Don't make that face.
I
My
hate
gosh.
cottage cheese.
You can't even taste it when it's in stuff. It's fine. Gosh. Okay.
Sorry.
I have a sweet onion. We have some garlic cloves. For seasonings, I have lemon pepper, which is going to go on the broccoli, black pepper, salt, Italian seasoning, dried basil. I have 2 jars of spicy vodka sauce. You could totally use any kind of pasta sauce that you like. I thought this would be good. And then I have a box of course, the protein, rigatoni, and then a box of fat-free beef stock. So we're going to start off with our ground beef and stuff, and we'll show you what's next.
All right.
Okay, so I have my salted pasta water here on. We're gonna wait for that to boil. And then in this pot, I have some olive oil, and I'm just gonna put in my diced onion. And I'm just gonna let this go for just a couple minutes before I add in the ground beef.
Okay, we'll be back.
Okay, so our onions have been going for a couple minutes, and I'm just gonna dump in my pound of ground beef. I'm gonna let this brown up. In the meantime, we're gonna mince some garlic. Probably gonna do about 6 cloves. Most of it's gonna go in here, but I'm gonna save a little bit for the broccoli later. So we'll be back.
All right.
Okay, so our beef is cooked through. I'm now gonna add in my garlic, and I'm just gonna save a little bit for my broccoli. It's probably good.
How much do you think that is like? Or you used 6 total, but you saved some for your broccoli, right?
Yeah, I'd say
That's
that's
probably
probably
2 tablespoons.
yeah, probably 4 cloves. And then I have my seasoning mix here. So this is a tablespoon of Italian seasoning, a teaspoon of dried basil, and then about a teaspoon each of salt and pepper. So I'm just gonna dump that in, and I'm gonna stir this around for a couple minutes, and then we will be back to add our sauce and our liquid.
Okay.
So now I'm gonna add in my 2 jars of sauce. And this is probably a little bit extra than you need, but we like our stuff saucy, so
Yeah, we
I'm
do.
doing both. So in here I have a 1/2 cup of beef stock, and I'm just gonna pour a little bit of it in each of my jars to get everything out, and we're gonna add that in as well.
Okay.
Okay, so our pasta is done. It's nice and al dente, so we're gonna drain that here in a second. And then our sauce, I'm gonna let this simmer on low for about 10 minutes. And then when I add the pasta in, we'll let it sit and mix together for a little bit as well. And then we already shredded our mozzarella cheese. So once we add the pasta in, then we just add our mozzarella and our cottage cheese and let it do its thing, and we're almost done.
All right, we'll be back.
Okay, so I've let the sauce simmer for a little bit, and now I'm gonna add in my pasta. I guess I'm gonna use my hands. I'm not gonna do it all at once. Do some and see how it looks. And if it's still a little bit too saucy, just add in a little bit more.
And then we will be back once. What's the next step?
I'm gonna let this go for a little bit, and then I'm gonna start on the broccoli. So we'll show you the broccoli here in a couple minutes.
Okay, we'll be back.
Okay, so now I'm gonna add in our 8 ounces of shredded mozzarella. Oh. And I'm gonna mix this up for a second, get it all incorporated. And once this is all stirred in, I have a 1/2 cup of cottage cheese here, and I'm just gonna stir that in as well.
All right, and then we'll be back.
Okay, so in a microwave safe bowl, I have 1 bag of frozen broccoli, and I'm just covering it with a damp paper towel. And what I'm gonna do is, it needs to go for about 6 minutes. I'm gonna put it in for 4, take it out and stir and add all my seasonings and stuff and some butter. And then I will put it back in for an additional 2 minutes or so. Now, normally I would do these like in the oven or on the stove, but I'm too hungry, so I'm just doing them in the microwave.
And
So
you'll show them the spices when we get to that, right?
Yep.
Okay, we'll be back.
Okay, so the broccoli was in the microwave for 4 minutes. So now I have 2 tablespoons of butter cut up. That seems excessive, but that's the best part.
We also like butter in this house.
Yes, we
butter,
do.
cheese, gravy, saucy.
Ooh, yes. All right, and then I'm gonna add in the rest of my minced garlic from earlier. And then I'm gonna do some lemon pepper seasoning. I don't know, tablespoon maybe. And then just a little bit of salt. And I'm gonna give this a good stir. And I can feel that it's still pretty frozen, so I'm probably gonna put this in for another 3 minutes. And then take it out and see where we're at. And then over here, we added in our cottage cheese. So we're just letting this hang out until our broccoli's done. So we're gonna be back in a couple minutes to
Well,
eat.
it's plated up, right?
Yep.
All right, we'll be back. All right, it is done. We are gonna give it a taste.
We just topped it with a little bit of, I had a bag of shredded mozzarella cheese, so some extra cheese and a little bit of fresh basil on the top. And then our broccoli swimming in butter.
All right, let's give it a taste. I'm gonna cut broccoli first.
She's trying to avoid that cottage cheese, y'all. Mmm.
Yeah, that's good. It does taste like lasagna. It just
I
tastes
was
like lasagna.
Just gonna say that.
Yep. But an easier way to make it.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's called lazy lasagna.
True.
Can you taste the cottage cheese?
No,
I was gonna say, she better not say yes.
but I know it's there. No, it is good though.
Thank you.
Very, very good. Broccoli's good too.
Mmm. Yum.
Thank you so much for showing us how to make this.
Of course.
We hope that y'all enjoyed this video. And if you make it, please let us know how you like it. But we hope that you have a great day and a great rest of your week. And we will see you on the next one. Bye, everyone.
Bye.